let me start with the conspiracy theory one. Has the internet compounded the popularity of conspiracy theories?
I was just reading about this the other day, and there's an argument you can make on either side, because on the one hand, there's more channels for conspiracy theorists or purveyors of conspiracism to spread their ideas, and more ways for people to find out about these crazy ideas. But on the other hand, there's more ways to check them and more ways to find out what's ridiculous about them, because we have so much access to so much information. So I think it's probably true that without the internet, we wouldn't have somebody like Alex Jones, who's got this huge audience. But there have been, it's also really important that if you look at the studies that have actually been done on this, up until very recently, up until just the past few years, the scientists who study the spread of conspiracy theories would have said, we have an average level of conspiratorial talk in this society compared to times in the past. So, for example, I'll recommend this book, American Conspiracy Theories by Joseph Usinski and Joseph Parent. They did a study of, what they did was they did a study of the letters to the editor written to the New York Times and the Chicago Tribune between like 1890 and 2010. And they coded these letters for different kinds of language that were associated with conspiracism. And they found that there was a big uptick of conspiracism in the 1890s when people were worried about trusts and monopolies and capitalist conspiracies. And then it declined. And then there was a big uptick again in the 1950s when communism, when it was communist conspiracies that people were worried about. And then there was decline since then. There's been an uptick again recently, but they theorize that the ages of conspiracy are the ages when there's political realignment happening, and different political alliances are merging and negotiating with each other, and people don't understand what's happening politically in the world. And I think that something like that's happening now. It's starting to happen. And that's a much bigger part of the reason why there's a spread of conspiracism, much more than any kind of technological issue. I mean, in the 50s, there was the new alignment that was happening was religious conservatives and free market types were first starting to get together in response to the communist threat.
Yep.
And we've been dealing with the collapse of communism for the last 20 years. What's happening to our political system because of that? And we can see that alliance really breaking down before our eyes right now in the person of Trump. The free market types are basically getting kicked out of the Republican Party.
Yep.
Because there's not this group that they're aligned against, and that's what conspiracism thrives from, is the perception of a kind of common enemy. Now, other enemies are starting to replace the common, have been replacing them for a while, and I think that's much more the reason why this is happening.
Yeah, I think that's right.